We are back, man, for another episode of the My Truth Podcast Show. This evening, we got the homegirl, Renegade Raven.
Hey.
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Man, I'm cool, hanging in there, man. Got over a little sickness, feeling kind of fucked up this weather. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. I feel myself with a lot of herbs and healthy things, so I ain't catch the raft that everybody.
What's the herb and healthy things? Like, what do you take to avoid COVID?
Mullein leaf tea, soursop tea. I do COVID boils, which consist of eucalyptus, essential oil, garlic, onion, fresh sage, cinnamon, and orange peels and lemons. Let it boil, simmer over it, cover your head, sniff it in, inhale it. Kill all the stuff that's in your respiratory system. For anything throat related, before it hits your respiratory system, I spray color of silver in the back of my throat.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
You wanna know what I did? And you're gonna laugh when I tell you. I boiled some Fabuloso.
You tripping?
Like no lie, I was struggling breathing, and I boiled some Fabuloso, and this shit opens me right up like Vicks. Like when your granny rubbing you on the back, and like that's the one thing that people was like wild. And when I did, I was like, this shit worked. I just started taking sea moss.
Yeah, I took that too. Sea moss capsules,
It's
and I got the
fucking
gel.
horrible.
Yeah, well, you got to mix it with your smoothies and your tea. It's a gel, so you just break it
drink
down.
smoothies.
Come on now, gotta do that.
I don't get into the. I have to go buy a smoothie and put the motherfucker in there and stir it up. I don't really make homemade smoothies. I'm lazy. I just can't help it. But we sat down during an interview for the Cypher, so we got everybody's stuff. But I want to sit down and get your story. So you grew up in the city of Toledo. How was your upbringing?
Well, my mama was 23 with 3 kids by the time she had me. Father was kind of abusive, was. My mom, that was I was her second child, having by him by that young age. It got kind of wicked, you know what I mean? But I was, like I said, she was young. She was learning and growing and stuff like that. That's a kind of young age to have 3 kids.
Hold on, how old was she?
She was 23.
23, okay.
3 kids. First kid she got pregnant at 16, had him at 17. My oldest brother, Devin. It was kind of like, by that time, she was kind of like probably experiencing postpartum and knowing what it is at the same time, because it was just like in and out. Like she couldn't just handle kids at that time. So I was kind of like household to household from like birth for real. My godmother, shout out to my godmother, Cheryl, and my goddad, Ben. They played a big part in my life. I spent a lot of time with my dad's sister, Nisi. She happened to pass away, so I had to live with my godparents for some years. I had to go to school from over there, and I can remember just being super rebellious because you don't really know, like as kids, you don't really know like what emotions is. Mm-hmm. Well, you're emotional, but you don't know the definition of what it is. Like there's like no. Like, you don't have the logic of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you feel things, but you don't know what it means. So, I knew that I was feeling things. I know that I was probably feeling abandonment issues and attachment issues and, like, things like that growing up, but I didn't know what it means. So, I was acting out rebelliously, like, in school. I wasn't a bad kid, but I just was, like,
not rebellious. To cut you off, how old were you when you started having them feelings?
As low as I can remember, and I talk about this in therapy a lot, too, because you got to kind of, when you do shadow work and when you do therapy, you kind of got to go back to your very first feeling when you felt hurt. Like, the first feeling you remember feeling hurt. So, I think my first feeling hurt that I remember, like, verbatim, I probably was, like, 3. So, that's a long time ago. So, you got to go all the way back there and unpack all the way into the age you is. Now I'm 28. So, it's just like, that's a lot of therapy. Yeah. But I could say 3. I remember the abuse. I remember having to go to the neighbor's house and sit on her couch while the domestic situation had to get clear with my dad and my mom. And I remember all of it. I was a kid, and then she packed us up and all our stuff up in the house. I mean, everything that she could get in the car, took it and just hit the road. And then we lived in Jacksonville, Florida for like 11 months.
Word?
Yeah, I lived in Jacksonville, Florida. I turned 4 there. Then we came back because it was just like there was no emotional support, no financial support really. And so we came back and, stuff like that. I started, spending more time in household to household for more financial and emotional support. When we came back, like it kind of was just granny house, niecey house, godparents' house, Aunt Sylvia house, Aunt Sharonda house. Like I was everywhere. So you know what I mean? So that's just kind of how my upbringing was. It was kind of like sporadic. It was really sporadic. So that's what I'm trying to like get a grip of in my adult years is stability. Not just so being all over the place and all that, because my whole life I just kind of been all over the place my whole life.
So at a young age, that had to be real, real tough. So what, because we all do at that age when we go through things, what did you find, what did you gravitate to that kind of found, not peace, but where you found a little bit of comfort?
Yeah. Well, before I was doing music, I was a dancer. Like I would love dancing. So I was in a drill team, Nenny R. Grayson, when I was probably like 5 to 9, or probably like 5 to 10 maybe. But I was in, you know how like it be them little girls in the very front of the big girls tearing it down? That was me. I was just like, I was really cold at it. And my grandfather, shout out to my grandfather, got me into that. He's a member of the Elks.
Yeah.
And he
old school player.
Yeah. Rest in peace to my grandfather, Coley Ramsey. But he got me into that. I was into that. I was a dancer before I was anything. So at 9, my brothers was rappers. My uncle always was a rapper, and he already had his own music group. And my brothers
had
their
the name of his
own,
group?
What was my uncle's music group? I know my uncle named Logic, but I forgot what his. I don't know why I forgot that so bad, because I was so inspired by them. I learned how to make beats and everything through them. I forgot.
That's dope. And your brother?
And my brother is D Hustle, T Fats. That was Eddie Kane and Rick P. They was the rock stars. Yeah.
That's throwback.
Yeah, throwback. Yeah. So I think what it was just arts, really. Like if I can just put it in perspective, it just was arts. It was music. It was dancing. It was like stuff like that. Like, I would always beg for like just the CD copies of stuff every Christmas. Like, can I get the Usher CD? Can I get the Mariah Carey, Miss Passion of Mimi? Can I get the, but I was actually physically writing. And I shout out to my godmother again, because she is half white, and she just made sure that my upbringing was very diverse. I had a lot of diverse friends that I grew up over on Broadway with, from Portuguese to Mexican to whatever. So, I'm like dabbled in a lot of that. We listened to everything from the R&Bs of the CDs to, whoever you could think of, Aaliyah, to the Destiny's Childs, to the, then we go into the Christina Aguilera's, to the Britney Spears, to the Pinks, to the, stuff like that.
Pink
so I
first
was
CD was hard.
Yes, for sure. So I got a good mixture of that, of diversity, I can say. And then on top of that, growing up in the environment that I grew up in and going to the school that I went to Harvard Elementary for a period of time while I was living with my godparents. And then I was writing at 9. So me and my cousin Bianca Simone, she sings. She live in D.C. now, but she from here. Some people might know her. We had an R&B group called R&B. So I was a singer when I was growing up.
Oh, you sang?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know you sang.
Yeah, I was a singer.
Can you still sing?
I can hit a note or two, but I ain't that, like, I have a very raspy voice now, so you really got to take care of your voice when you actually sing it,
Yeah.
So now that I rap, I'm not going to say I don't take care of my voice, but
Fantasia, can't read that. I got a raspy voice.
Yeah, and so does Jasmine Sullivan, but it's just like it's treatments for that. Like it's treatments to keep their voice like that and still be able to, you know what I mean? Because like so is like Jessie J, but she just had vocal surgery. Jasmine Sullivan had vocal surgery. Like it's just when you have a road. Yeah, when you have, I believe she had vocal surgery. Yeah, she did. One of their voices went out or something.
I'm in love with Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah, I love Jasmine.
Jasmine Sullivan, if you ever see this, just call.
Yeah, and that's my Aries sister, too. That's my girl. But anyway, so at 9, I was writing love songs about shit that I had I knew nothing about, just by inspiration and just things that I was listening to. I was putting words together that a grown person would be putting together. me and my cousin Bianca group. Well, my name is Raven. Everybody know that, but her name is Bianca. So our group was called R&B.
That's dope.
And she's like some change older than me. So this year she'll be 30. I'll be 29. So like a year and some change. So I was 9. She was 10. And yeah, we was like writing like love songs, like heartbreak songs and all of that, just being inspired by the stuff that we was listening to. Like NSYNC, we listening to NSYNC, Gone, and we listening to, just heartbreak song stuff. Christina Aguilera was singing, Britney, Destiny, like whoever we was listening to at the time. Aaliyah, like we just like, oh, okay, we're gonna put this together. And it's just like all about having it's just those feelings that you go through, especially when it comes to like having an outlet.
Yeah.
Like trying to, get it out. It come out in different ways. So even then, like being that young, singing, and now I go back to Jasmine Sullivan singing at the Apollo at 11. It's just like, it's not impossible. Like, you know what I mean? Like childhood experiences turn into the unthinkable. Like, you know what I mean? So I know a lot of people, like even my godmother, I'd be in the sunroom just cleaning up. We had chores. We have to read books. I was reading full books at 9, like, so it was like she just taught me a sense of humbleness and like just like I can say a big part of me, just being an Aries, that's just kind of how we are, period. But just being a humanitarian, I definitely can say that come from my aunt, because she just always taught me to take care of people, make sure people good, show love, be full of love and stuff like that. So, yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, young things I learned at a young age has me probably where I am today, like musically, the stuff that I come up with, the stuff that I'm engaged in, the stuff that I choose to rap about. It's just like, even some of the people like Clemmy and stuff like that, when they hear me, they be like, what? Like you know what I mean? It's just I'm kind of beyond my years. So
when was the what artist really inspired you at that young age?
Dang, I'm gonna be honest. Like, my mom was a big music person because my mom was a singer. My brothers did music, of course. So I would have to say at the time when I really started like really getting into hip hop, I'd have to say my brothers and my uncle, because my uncle group was like very hip hop-ish, like very like
Yeah, they real hip hop.
Yeah, so I'm so mad that I don't remember that group name. Do you remember? I don't remember. But
I know he
was
ran
Logic,
with
Swill.
He was with the Swagger Boys and Marley. I think it's called The Fact.
No, not my Uncle Ryan. That's Logic. I don't know. Or was he with them? I don't know.
I think he was. I think it was.
I forgot what they called.
I know him. Don't get me. I don't want to.
Yeah, I had to look at my uncle. His name Logic.
I think he
older. He
wrapped around Shells in them time.
Yeah, he was. Oh, he's older. He's like 40 something.
Shells.
Like, I don't know if you know who Swill is. He like I think he be DJing now. It's another guy that lives way out of town. He had a Gap. He's tall. It's another guy. They just had a reunion down at the Blueprint like 2 years or 3 years ago. I forgot. But anyways, yeah, so I'll have to say them from the rapping standpoint. Yeah. But we listened to a lot of Jay-Z, a lot of Nas, a lot of DMX, a lot of... So it wasn't really... My mom listened to some Kim, but I... Like, the stuff she rapped about at the time, I really couldn't rap along. Like, you know what I mean? Probably in my privacy, not around my people, but...
Lil' Kim,
I tell people...
wild girl.
Yeah. I tell people often that I'm really not female inspired when it comes to music. I'm very much so male inspired when it comes to music. Even though I love the female industry when it comes to like dominating those lyrics and those bars, and they go crazy.
I think the women make them like to
funner.
Me. I think like because
so serious when men do it.
Like even when I DJ Sunday and I'll just notice in my head, I'm like, damn, everything I'm playing is women. I'm like, man, how the fuck is these women so hard? So many women rapping like with bangers, like they knocking out more bangers, and they all don't sound alike. That's what I like. Yeah. And a lot of the men sound like everybody wants to sound.
It's a factory of them. They all do sound alike, and then nobody said nothing about it. But as soon as somebody come out with pink hair and a pink wig and got a little bit of animation to their voice, everybody trying to say they sound like Nicki Minaj or anybody that come out that got a little country girl to them. Everybody trying to say they trying to be like Stallion. They just put women in the box. I was watching
The Bone. I'm a Bone fan.
Yeah.
And the 3-6 and Bone are my two favorite groups ever. I was watching Crazy Bone and Vlad, and he said something that was crazy. He said back then, you was getting signed for being different, and beefs and hip hop was for, oh, nigga, you took my style, and it blows up. He said, nah, nigga, if you don't sound like the other nigga, you fuck. You don't have a deal. Like, it's over with. You sound different.
It's like that for men, though, more so than I feel like it is for women, because when the women come out and they start kind of sound like the H-Town women. I feel like H-Town women or any of the women that's coming from Texas right now, they are barred out. They good. Like, shout out to Ken the Man. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Shout out to Libra.
What's the one girl, the Mulatto? What's her name? Milano? Or
Mulatto? She from Atlanta.
No, not Mulatto. I love her, too. No, her Milano. She got a song. Knocking
down. Leo. That's what they call her.
Maleo, that's her name?
Yeah.
Man, she's...
Molin Leo?
Malita, I don't know how to say. She got the song. She redid the Young Star.
She did that Come Outside remix.
Yeah,
she did that. She crazy. She's crazy with it, and she young as hell too.
I felt like FBG Juck. I was trying to slide. I said, okay, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to shout out to Erica Banks, shout out to all of them. But I think what puts all of the Texas women in the box is because they have the same cadences and they have the same mannerisms. So a lot of people is just like, oh, you trying to sound like Megan, or oh, you trying to sound like, oh, everybody that's coming out under Megan is now trying to be like Megan, and it's crazy because all of them hard separately. Like, and I don't believe that. They all hard to me.
I was on Instagram. I don't know if you follow, and I seen they was doing that to Martine over the weekend, like putting her in the blogs heavy because they was like, they don't sound shit like me. She don't sound nothing.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you coming out of H-Town, if you not from H-Town,
they bully.
It's not to the necessarily that they bully. It's just like certain people you got to go through. That's why I never was really adamant on making it in music out of H-Town. There's certain people you got to go through and certain respects from people that you got to gain in order for them to be on your body how they is. Like Princess Richie right now, she in the mix of getting up there. And she been rapping for a long time. And it's kind of crazy because I came across one of her video somebody reposted, and I seen herself calling herself Big Mama, and I'm like, that's crazy because sometimes I call myself Big Mama, but I had to think about it like, when was I calling myself Big Mama? And I literally start calling myself Big Mama when I start gaining weight back in 2018. So when I heard that, I'm like, I hope that ain't never gonna be no conflict because I ain't know that she called herself that.
Who the original Big Mama is though?
Yeah, of course. They all know now. We already know. Yeah. Let's get it. For sure, and that's
but you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
it's nothing wrong with that. Especially because I feel like when some people do certain shit, it's homage.
Yeah, for sure. Like the whole Tina Snow thing. Do you know that's Pimp C wife? Yeah. So it's just like that's homage.
Tony Snow, Tina Snow, like that.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's homage being paid to the people from the South. Like, you know what I mean? So
and you know what's so crazy that the women that go through that and the Megan thing, because when you let's put it, she's the best female rapper out right now.
Yeah, she's great.
Nobody's fucking with her.
Yeah, like bar for bar, even hits, like it's not.
And then her music IQ, I don't think she get enough for her music IQ. She studies.
Mm-hmm. No, she does. Like seriously,
she like studied the game. When I was watching one of her interviews, and this is why I became a fan, because I don't listen to everybody. When I became a fan, I was listening to what she said she was listening to. Like from the Juicy J's, like she was just going back to like certain shit that was so underground. That was like, gotta like when you hear her music, be like, all right, yeah, she know what's going on.
Yeah.
But the dudes in H-Town, I don't want to speak because I ain't from there, but I'm a fan of music.
Yeah.
I feel like when you listen to Drake, he has a lot of H-Town in his style.
Yeah, of course.
Chameleon there, Zero. He sound like a lot of that's singing and harmonizing. Mm-hmm. And he just put his flip on it and put it in his bar because ain't nobody fuck with Drake. Yeah. But he put his shit on it and he don't get chastised for it.
But you know what's crazy?
But he pays a lot of homage.
He pays a lot of homage, and he does that. But it's also another Canadian rapper that does the same thing, but he gets shit for it.
Who?
Tory Lanez. He does that a lot. He takes a lot of people's flow and flip it and do his own thing and put his own little shit to it.
Dope as a rapper.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, Tory dope as a rapper.
Yeah, Tory's crazy with it. And he's a studier too. Like you could tell just by the way he raps, it's just like, nigga. But that's neither here nor there. But regardless of what I was trying to come to with that whole situation about that controversy is that when it comes to gaining respect from the people of H-Town, it's a process. It's a process, and it also is it's one of them type of situations where you gotta prove yourself, because they fuck with they people, like, you know what I mean? They fuck with they people, so it's just like it's always gonna be you versus them, no matter what. So I think in them type of situations, it never should be a stab at somebody that they gonna fuck with regardless. Like, you know what I mean? And not to say nobody should not take up for themselves or nothing like that, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I always tell people all the time, a motherfucker got one time to think they about to troll me, I'm on your ass. I'm going to go look at your page. I'm going to fuck what's going on. I'm going to read your ass for filth. But it's just like some shit, it's just like when you in a position where you trying to reach a higher frequency, a hierarchy, whatever. It's just like some shit. Sometimes you got to kiss a little ass to kick ass, and I think it's just a little too early for that. If you want my opinion, that's my opinion. It's just too early for it.
I don't think she reached. I think they reached to her.
But it's like, it's kids though. Like, what did you expect? That's just like something like the bunch of little kids reaching at you about your podcast. What, you gonna get on your podcast and like what you gonna do?
I've been past them days where I be like, kiss my. I don't want to pay attention to that.
That's what I'm saying. Some people get there, some people don't.
That's a lesson that she's gonna. That's
what I'm saying. Some people gotta learn their lessons on their own.
You know what I'm saying? And we seen recently that, because I want to go back into your story, because you got a crazy story.
Yeah, I do.
But I also want to congratulate you before we get back into the story. Y'all reached the 1 million views for the Women's Cypher.
Yes, organically.
Organically.
How
all y'all relationships are going? Y'all still
everybody's still cool. Everybody's still cool. But it's time to venture off. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's time to, if Chachi gonna do her second one, it's gonna do her second one. But we all kind of venturing off and kind of doing our own thing. We still kind of including each other. Like, hey, I'm at the studio. You want to come to the studio? I'm up here if y'all want to come. Like, we still kind of do stuff. Like Loving Misha and Hood Barbie just released a 3-hour freestyle on YouTube. And I mean, that was cool. I was drunk as shit at that session though. Like, I was so drunk, like that was bad. But I got it out. I got through it. But yeah, so we still include each other. We still kind of, hang, like, try to hang here and there to, like, do celebratory stuff. Like, hey, we hit 1 million. Y'all want to go to shot? Like, stuff like that. But as individual artists, and like, Toledo is so small, that we know we kind of got to, it's going to be to the point where they going to be pitting us against each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though we already came together and did something as a union already, but it's still so many of us. I just asked
because when there's a lot of women, it's a lot of motherfucking drama. So,
I don't feel like it's I don't feel like we never got into a situation where it was like crazy drama.
Nothing. I'm just letting everybody know they probably like, Gary being messy. No, I got doing my job. I got to ask.
I mean, we women, so it could be like a little chit chat, a little cat here and there, but it ain't never nothing crazy with like nobody beefing or nothing. Nah, we all cool. We all straight. We all cool. We all include each other. We still got a group chat that we text in, all that. So you know what I mean? So we all cool. But like I said, when it comes to these lists and then when it comes to these people that got their favorites and these people that they want to hype up and all that other stuff, I just why do y'all
care about the list so much?
I don't care. I want people to stop talking to me about it, honestly, like wholeheartedly. I don't give a shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss, but I literally, like, I want people to hear from the bottom. I was about to say, from the pits of my soul, I want y'all to stop talking to me about that. Every other month, y'all keep talking to me about list and why I ain't make it and all. And do you know who's running it? I don't care. I literally don't care, because let me tell you this. Confidently, everybody's supposed to think they the shit. Everybody's supposed to think that they barred out. Everybody's supposed to think they the biggest. Everybody's supposed to think they a dog. They the goat. They the this, they the that. That's cool. Don't put me in these conversations with these people until they calling y'all when it's time to show out for the big dogs. Yeah. Then put me in a conversation with the people. Because when these big dogs come to the city, they not calling y'all. I'm just being honest. They not calling y'all, bro. They call me every time.
Yeah.
Oh, such and such a town, you want to come up here and rap? Or we having a show and such gonna host it. You want to come? We got a slot for you. Just let us know if you want to. They not calling y'all, bro. They not. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest.
I say this about the list. Me and B, we always talk about this. I think it's opinions. But I think our city's so dope, you just can't narrow down the list.
I mean, if they want to narrow it down or widen it out, do whatever they got to do to make them feel like they the greatest. Do what y'all got to do. Just leave me out the conversation wholly, solely. Leave me out of it. Because like I said, when the phones get to ringing, they not ringing on y'all end. It's just that simple. We just gonna keep it a buck. We gonna keep it a buck. They not.
Done deal. So
They not.
we mentioned the we got to the Houston thing. So how old were you when you moved to Houston?
Well, the backstory on that, I'm keeping it real short, but the backstory on that is I ended up having to go to Phoenix because I got expelled from all schools from going up to one of my old friends' schools to help them fight. It got word to the Board of Education, and I got expelled from all high schools in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade before I even made it to high school. So I had to go to Job Corps. I had to go to Phoenix, got expelled from Phoenix because the principal said I spit on him. Lies. He was in my face, and the spit off my mouth was hitting him, and he told the police I spit on him, so I went to jail. So after that, I'm like, it get to a point in your life where you such a fuck up, so it's just like, I'm the only girl cousin. I got some cousins, but I didn't like immediate family wise. And then the cousins that I do got, girl cousins, they older than me by like some years. So anyways, only sister, only niece, only granddaughter, only girl cousin, only auntie, only sister, only other, only daughter. So on both sides. So
is that why you so tough?
I'm very tough. But it's like it came to a point where I was just like, girl, you is the fuck up of the family. Although my brothers did some crazy shit. Like, you know what I mean? But my brothers did some crazy shit, dog. Like my brother Tyler accidentally shot my cousin. They done raided our house and did all kind of shit. He went jump for that. My other brother was gang back, all kind of shit. But for some reason, it was just like, because I was the girl, I'm like, you are a fucker. You need to do something. So I presented the opportunity to my mom because, you got to have parent consent because I wasn't over the age 18.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I heard about this program called Job Corps. Somebody told me about it. I think I knew somebody that was already in it. And I was like, I think I want to go there. I need to reset. And she's like, well, okay. So when we went to court for the safe school, she presented that to them. Like, you know what? Don't even worry about her. Just don't even worry about it. Like, she about to be out of here. Like, y'all ain't got to worry about her no more. She about to go to Job Corps in like a month. We already signed up. We already blah, blah, blah. So that was it. Ended up going off to Job Corps. Finished in 7 months. Got my medical assistant national certification, worldwide, the worldwide one. Was top of my class with that. Got the highest score on my certification with that. Highest score coming out of my class with the GEDs. Left straight from there and went to Central State University in January of 2011. Yeah. So, was there, met a guy. We was talking on and off.
Why every time you talk about a nigga, you just like,
Yeah, because it's just like, that's a sad story, but whatever. Anyways, talking on and off. That summer hit when we was out of school, and it was just, I don't know how we grew that close, but we kind of grew really close. But we was one of them bickering daters. Like, every time we was like, we was on real good terms and we was on real bad terms. We was cussing each other out. And to make a long story short, over the summertime of 2011, we grew really, really close to the point where we was on the phone sun up to sundown, like falling asleep on the phone like every day of the summer, literally every day. And then school started back September. His birthday was September 6th. I remember he just turned 21. He didn't drink. We went to the club. Everything was everything. September 14th, I got sexually assaulted inside of my dorm. He was mainly there for me throughout that situation because it was bad, like detectives in and out of my room, and the whole campus got caught heed to it. Then the court stuff started coming up, and then the dude that sexually assaulted me, mama was a lawyer, daddy was a pastor. They was trying to pay my school off for them not to say nothing. It was terrible. So I didn't have any money. I was a broke ass college student. So I didn't have no money to get no lawyer to fight that at all. So that was another reason why I tried to disappear. And then he was killed right in front of me September 23rd, us leaving outside of an icebreaker after him getting into a fight. So at that point, I finished out the semester like a walking zombie. I was just a zombie on campus. Like, I barely talked to anybody. I was in my room. Like, didn't engage much with nobody. Like, it was a really, really tough time. And then a little Kiana from the South Side, shout out to my friend Kiana, she called me and was like, hey, me and my mama moving to Texas. You want to come with us? Because she knows, like, that was my friend at the time. She knew I was kind of fucked up mentally. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm out. So as soon as the semester left, I packed my shit up. We got on the Amtrak and we left. 18 years old, December 9th, 2011.
Damn, Kiana been gone that long?
Yep.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
December 11, 2000. December 9, 2011. That's the day we left. And I didn't come back for the first like 2.5 years. My mama had to come visit me. I didn't come back for like 2 years. Like, probably like 3, I think. Because I think she had to come out there for my 21st birthday. Yeah. I didn't come home. Oh, I came home for one of my old friends' graduation, but that was it. I think. Yeah, that was it.
So you get down there. Did you hit the ground running or was it tough?
I hit the ground running, and it was very tough. I was things didn't go as planned. They ended up coming back here because the apartment wasn't ready, and I'm like, I'm not going back there. So I ended up buying a car from a car accident that me and my brother got into. I was sleeping on my car for a bit. Ended up, oh child, that whole situation was insane. It's a couple.
You got me over here stressing shit.
Yeah, it's a couple situations that I'm not gonna speak on because one of the people that I was having going back and forth with, and just it was just a bad situation. They are now deceased, so I'm just respect for the family. I'm just not gonna speak on that. Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough when I first got there, and I had people that was down there that I knew that was already down there before I got down there, reaching out to them. But everybody just kind of had their own shit going on, and I didn't want to be no burden to nobody. So, for a week and some change, I kind of, slept on my car. Then I went to somewhere where I thought I was good, somewhere I thought I was safe, and then that just did not end up being the case. So, I went through it a little bit, but then, school checks got to coming. I had 3 jobs. I was a medical assistant at this private practice that treated they people horrible. Couldn't work there no more. I was a salesperson at Foot Action, and then I was a salesperson at Journey's Kids, and then I worked at New York and Company. I had 4 jobs, actually. Yeah, and not all at one time. I had 3, and then I quit one, and then I became a waitress. Yeah. So when I became a wittress, that's when I hit the ground running. That's when I started getting that pay. I'm 18. I just had turned 19 at that point because school semester started my birthday in March. So I'm 19 at this point. I went down there at 18, 19 at this point. I started waitressing that summer after I did all them jobs. My semester was over, it's summer break, all that. I started waitressing that summer. Oh, God. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. That the very first V-Live that ever was open, it was like a little hole in the wall for real. Yeah. I worked there. I was the only waitress there, and we start picking up pace and start getting celebrities coming in, Rihanna, Drake, and this person, that person. And it's just yeah, it was crazy. It was just it's something that I never thought that I'd even be how you just a small town person and you just be in the room with all these people. It's just what? And then everything start gradually turning up for you. Okay, now you in a room with this person. Not only are you in a room with this person, now this person know your name. Now you in a room with this person again. Now they embracing you with open arms. Now you in a room with this again, and now it's just everything start going up. So I'm living good, high rise, Benz driving, Rolex wearing. This I'm lit as a kid. I'm young. But I didn't, like I said, stability.
You always been the youngest in the room.
Yeah. Stability was never my thing. Yeah. So it was always a roller coaster of me being up, down, up, down, up, down. Because I'm spinning. And then shit gets slow. In that industry, shit gets slow. Strip clubs get slow. And then that's when I ended up starting to dance because I was waitressing and I was getting that cheese. And then it got so hectic to the point where they had to hire other waitresses, but they were doing more things to me, like selling cat, and I wasn't on that. So now my dollars is going down. I'm going down in market because I'm not doing shit that other bitches is doing. You know what I mean?
They getting it out the way.
Yeah, they shit. You know what I mean? So
use
it's just
what you got to get what you want.
Yeah, so the market started going down for me. So I'm okay, I got a good head on my shoulders. I've been a waitress for going on 2 years. Fuck it. Shit, I'm gonna just go ahead and start dancing. I got the body. I start dancing. First night, 2,900. Second night, 3,700. I'm talking about buku. After that, it was over with. I'm oh yeah, let's get it. and I know that I ain't about to be in here doing no extra drugs or no other shit like that. Yeah, let's get it. I'm gonna get this little money.
How do you not get caught up in the life?
Not getting caught up in the life is just really being around the life and not getting caught up in the life. You gotta have I was around it before I really got into it like a waitress. Yeah. These days, these waitresses and bartenders, Atlanta and Houston and shit, that shit different now. It's just bitch, you might as well be a dancer. You might as well. You do everything the dancer do except bend over. Nah, you bend over and shake that ass too. And they throw money at you. So it's at this point, it's just the title difference at this point. Bartender, stripper, but these days, Same
Everything
person.
the same.
Same person.
Everything.
Literally
A
same
motherfucker
person.
can be behind the bar with clothes on, still sell the shit.
Literally same thing. And they don't be having on no clothes. Fishnet stone, shaking that ass all up on the counter, trying to get the money from the dancers, customers. Like, same thing these days. Waitresses too. But yeah, so that's how, it's just kind of was like that more so. And then two, just not having that emotional support. Like knowing I'm that way, far away from my family, and I established relationships with people in these environments, but I know how that shit go. I'm smart. I've always been smart. I've been young as hell all my life. Everybody around me been older than me, but I've always been like headstrong. I don't really, like, you know what I mean? So, like I said, up, down, but I always stayed in school. I can have the longest night ever. We can come from counting 64 bands, and I'm going to school. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Chris, get my money. FaceTime me when you all collecting all of it. I got an 8 o'clock class. I'm out this bitch. Like, I got to go. I counted till 7. I got to go to school. Like, you know, so I never lost sight of that. I went to school, graduated college. So I feel like, I think that's what it was. It's just like, the sense of stability that kind of I never grasped. In my young adult years, it's just I was too lit, too young. Like I was way too lit.
So you go to the, you start dancing, and you stood there. Some people be like, "Oh, she was a dancer, So we want to get to the part.
Yeah.
You finished school.
I did.
How was that dancing, then going to school? How did you finish it off like that?
Oh, wow. I just, I know what failure feel like. I didn't want people to be like, oh, Raven left town to go to school, and then I don't finish school. Like, not to say that I care what people think, but I know that my mom was going to be disappointed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, girl, you quit school to dance. Like, you know what I mean? And that's crazy as hell because me and my mom have always had an up and down relationship, but I can guarantee, that's the first person I called when I was about to start dancing. She knew I was a waitress. I literally called her and was like, Mom, I'm about to dance. And I swear to God, on my grandmother's soul, her response was, make that money, don't let it make you. Swear to God.
Shout out to Mom.
So when I finally went, and I was like, Mom, I went, and I made, she was like, you went for real? I'm like, yeah, and I made that chicken. My mama came and see me, a birthday of mine. I hosted my club. That's when we was at the Nuvi Live, the one Drake and all that was, like the one. And she came. And watch my stage set. But I was happy, like, yeah, my mama just see me make that cheese, nigga. What's up? but my mama's so crazy. I'm like, Mom, you gotta go straight upstairs, because my mama is like a people person. Like, so she just, but that environment is kind of like, you know, you get drunk people, you got one time to bump in or say something crazy to my mama on your ass. So I'm like, I know how that shit goes. So I'm like, Mom, I'll go straight upstairs when we get in here. Don't say nothing to nobody. I'm gonna send your bottles up there. They got your section up there ready. Don't say nothing. I'm busting it wide open. Who was in there? My homeboy James, I think. Yeah, y'all know who James Harden is. But he was in there. I'm busting it wide open for my birthday station.
Time out. We I haven't got the sounds on here. You just name dropped. So we always stop. No, it's nothing wrong. It's just we do interviews. We always stop.
Everybody in the city, everybody in the world know James led a strip club.
James Harden. What years was this when James Harden was in the
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is before he was a Rocket?
No, during.
During when he was a Rocket?
That's his favorite sport other than, baby. Sorry, James. My bad, my nigga. If you ever come across this, my bad. But everybody know that. Drake even said it out loud at the damn Epsies. So everybody know he love him some strippers, baby. But, anyway, so he was there, and his partner was there. Everybody was turning up. It was my birthday stage set. And I'm busting it wide up, and all I see is my mama just walking through the hallway. I said, oh, my God. She come through. Eric, I already introduced her to Eric, DJ Eric. Everybody know who he is. That's like Drake, one of Drake's best friends. But he is like, you know, the one he always rapping about. But he was our DJ. He our DJ or whatever. He don't DJ no more. He own the club now. But anyway, I seen her walking through the hallway. She finally come through the club and walk in front of the DJ booth. She like, all I hear is, Raven mama in the building, big booty Rita in the building. I said, oh. Now she trying to take my shine chair on my birthday stage. Said, nah, I just got up and looked at her like, Mom.
In V Live.
In V Live, in front of everybody. I said, Mom, all right, man, all right. Like, I just, like, when we got out there, I said, I told you not to come downstairs, and you just couldn't wait to make your little grand entrance chair. God damn. But yeah, it was, like I said, I was lit, I was up, I was down, I was up, I was down, and it got to the point where that lifestyle was trying to kind of start taking over me mentally, because it's a lot that come with that. And a lot of young girls used to write me like, hey, I know you rap, and they see me living kind of, what they inspired to live like, which is crazy. But they will always ask me advice on how to start dancing. I would never give it to them. I said, like, you got to be careful. Like, this is, I used to tell people, and even Eric used to always say it, like, when you go home, don't take your clothes off and take a shower or whatever. Take your ass a shower, nigga. You just got rained on with all the devil's money. He used to tell us that every night. You got rained on with all the devil's money. This is the devil's money. These niggas prostitute bitches for this money. These niggas sell drugs for this money. This nigga did that, and they rained it all on you. You need to go wash that shit off.
Money is the dirtiest thing on earth.
He was like, you need to go wash that shit off. Like, wash it off. So I will always tell girls, and then even with the shit that come with it, like all the alcohol you drink every single night, that's how I start.
Toxic.
It's bad. Like, I'm 28 years old and I can barely eat spicy food because I was just so intoxicated all the time at my early 20s. Like, you know what I mean? And like, I'll take a shot or 2 shots now and I be off my fucking rocker because I was damn near drinking whole bottles to myself at 22, 21, 22, 23.
That's crazy. Say that because I remember I used to take a thing of Ciroc. This one Ciroc was big.
Yeah.
A thing of Ciroc, probably like cran with a raspberry, I think.
Yeah.
And a thing of Hennessy, and I drink them bitches at the same time. Now, I drink a cup of liquor, I'm damn near swerving on the way home.
Like, on your ass, bro. I'm like, damn, am I getting old? I'm 28. But like, so it took for depression to happen, like to the point where I was like damn near drinking myself to death just to maintain this lifestyle and just to enter this environment so I can be able to maintain the lifestyle that I upheld for so long, and I was no longer physically or mentally able to do anymore because I was just so over it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I called my mom one day. I was like, man, I ain't feeling good, man. I had my own apartment. Thank the Lord that the door was unlocked because I was so pissy drunk that I didn't lock my door. I called my mom. I'm like, I'm not feeling good. And she was like, what's wrong? And she already had known I was going through depression and shit. And I'm like, I'm just not feeling good. This ain't it. You
still in school around this time? Right?
No, I'm graduated by this time.
Okay,
so this is 2018. And I'm like, man, I'm not feeling good. Because I had came home for a little bit because my granny had died and we had to bury her. And it was just all of that. So I came home for like a little bit. And then I had left back out March 2018. And then I ended up coming back home and moving back to Toledo November 2018. And I've been back ever since. And it don't seem like it because I travel a lot. But yeah, I've been back ever since. And now I'm just like, yeah, it's time to motherfucking go. That's too long. Like, we 2022 now. It's time to go. That's damn near 4 years. This year like this, that's too long. But yeah, she got to calling me back, blowing my phone up, and I wasn't answering. Next thing you know, I'm on the floor, damn near coherent or barely conscious. And shit, I just, like, my head is like this. I'm just blatantly on my floor, and I just look up, and it's just ambulance just rushing through my house. They flipping me all over, and they sticking all kind of shit in me, and I end up damn near drinking myself to death. And my mom was like, you got to come home. And I was like, all right. That's my first time ever listening. My mama used to always say, I used to call her with all kind of shit like, Ma, I just, it's this and that. And she was like, you need to come home. And I would refuse. Like, hell no, I ain't moving back to Toledo. It was that one thing. It was like, you need to come home. And I was like, all right.
And I don't want to cut you off, but people listen to this podcast. I asked her to be on here because, like I told B Visions, like, I'm always for the rap music. I'm always for the entertainment, but I wanted to revamp my show to something where I want to inspire. I want to take a story. I want somebody to be able to put this in their headphones at work, put this in their car before church, put this over. You just want to ride home and hear something. That's why I named it My Truth Podcast, because your truth might inspire somebody. Your truth inspired me because I knew you since you was 13. And your truth is why I love you so much, Raven.
Oh, thank you.
You know, and I want you to remember that. If I don't tell you enough, I want you to get all emotional, get crying and shit.
I know. Not today. I was drunk last time, and I was emotional about my man.
But that's what I want my listeners and my people that follow me. Some people might be like, that ain't the sexiest name, or it's not the popular person. No, I want you to get something from this because I feel like when you set out the because I put them all, you see, I'm getting it together in here. When I'm setting out the mission to do, this is something I want to be able to give my family, give my people. When you getting ready to try to go to another level, man, you got to make sure you're in a space to give, to get, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to thank you for coming on and being able to tell you your truth. So keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to.
Good. So, and from a music aspect, throughout the time where I was in Houston, well, I came back home summer 16. And I came home for a whole summer after I graduated. That whole summer I had came back because I just wanted to reset. I just graduated college. Like, they just throw you out in the world after you graduate college. I don't know what anybody, I don't care what nobody believes. Internships, all that shit is bullshit. They throw you to the wolves when you leave college. They don't set you up for shit. I don't know, not a single person I graduated with that is working in their field right now or came straight out of college working in their field. Not at all. They throw you to the wolves. So just be aware of that and set that shit up yourself because the college don't give a damn. They want your coins, and when you no longer they responsibility, they can give a shit about you. Yeah, so so music wise, 2016, I dropped the So Gold Challenge in August of 2016. People caught heat to that. I started doing a little bit more music after that. I started dropping freestyles, getting reposted by a couple celebrities like Thru and all them other people that I was doing. They, that I was rapping to their beats or whatever. And then I came back to Houston September to finish out that semester. No, I didn't graduate college yet. I was finishing that semester 2016. So I went back. I finished out the semester, graduated, and throughout that time, I was still trying to go to the studio, do music and stuff. So I had a single out. No, I didn't have a single out yet. Time go by, I'm still freestyling, I'm still trying to gain a following, but majority of my followers came from me just being a goofball online. A lot of people probably think it came from me rapping or came from me being a stripper. A lot of people didn't even know I was a dancer. I never promoted it, like, ever. I just was
Nobody
living.
knows
exactly.
That
I was just living. I never had to promote because I know they was coming to see me because I was fine as hell, and I was the only one with a natural body and a natural ass in there. Like, you know what I mean? So
y'all gotta excuse me. I was uncomfortable because I don't look at Raven.
Yeah,
like
but
that,
I'm just saying,
so.
like, I was cold blooded, like to the point where they had them rock asses from them ass shots, and they would literally come get me. Like, it'd be days that I'd be off. They like, Raven, you need to get here now. They do not want these hard booty bitches. You need to come make this money because you gonna get all of it. They gonna throw all of it at you because they don't want none of these bitches. And I'd be like, all right, fine, this is my night off. I just made 7,000 last 2 days, like, but it's just like I said, that shit not worth the mental. It's just not. That's why I just I'm cool. But regardless of the fact, I would make songs and stuff like that throughout the years and stuff. But I got a backstory on my song that came out in 2018, right before I left. I had a song called Ben. Did I release Ben on it before? No, I released Ben on it after. Okay, so I was doing freestyles, whatever, and I'm just like, okay, people know you know how to rap. They need to know that you know how to make music. Okay, so 2018, January, I'm like, damn, you gotta write some. And I was coming out with SoundCloud songs, and I was still writing, like, what I'm saying? I was trying to build, like, myself up or whatever. But I had to release a song. So I released a song called Slide on You that a lot of people in the city are familiar with. And I remember that day like yesterday. I sat on a couch, and I'm like, I don't have nothing to fucking write about. But I was like, what's going on around you? Like, no, you got something. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got something. And to this day, they probably don't know this, but yeah. Shout out to Delon and Mariah for that inspiration. I wrote that song about them, for sure. That's my first time ever saying that on air.
Hold on. What?
It's called Slide on You.
Slide on You.
Do
you
they know that? I would
that?
ride for you? Never. They don't know that. Nigga, I
That's
would
the
have died
one.
for you.
Oh, I remember that.
Now I
Now
gotta slide on you.
Now I remember that.
Yeah. So shout out to them for that inspiration at the
Hurry up
time.
and get married. Mariah gonna kill me for saying that. I wish I'll hurry up.
Yeah, shout out to them for that inspiration. I literally had I didn't know, but it was just like, when you got people around you that's kind of going through shit, it's just like, oh, okay, well, let me write about this. But I'm like, I'm not going to tell them that I'm writing this about them, though, because it's just like, But it ended up being a banger. Still to this day, get radio spins. Still to this day, if I rap it at any show, the crowd saying the word for word.
If you was to redrop that today, that'd be...
Oh, yeah, for sure. I really want to remaster it and redo it and shit like that, but that it's a sample, though. That's the only thing I ain't probably going to make no money off of because it's a JoJo sample. But, she went through that the whole 10 year of bullshit. I don't even think she owned that song that I sampled of hers anymore because she remastered her whole first album because of the shit that she was going through legally with her deal and shit. So I don't even know if that'll ever be possible. But I mean, it was a good record though. It did me justice, and they just spent it on New Year's on the radio. They just all that stuff. So I try to celebrate the small wins, even though I would like to be further. But I think that is what the consumers response to the things that I put out is what makes me want to keep putting out stuff. You know what I mean? So, but it also, like, when you write all your own stuff, because I write all my own music, nobody helps me with nothing. I am my brand and I am my content. So if I don't got nothing going on, people got to excuse me for not dropping back to back to back to back. You know what I mean? Because like, I am my content. So I'm not about to fabricate no shit just to put shit out when I really ain't got shit going on. Just like I just put a song out with Baby J, and a lot of people probably think like, oh, they talking about banging, and I'm literally, like, you got to read between the lines. I'm literally talking about people talking shit about me online. That's what I was talking about. Like, and I don't really give a fuck about the controversy, honestly. But I just want to say this on air that I'm noticing the weird shit behind the scenes when it comes to these music outlets trying to not excuse me but exclude me, or like upcharging me and like little shit like that. That's why I said in the shut the fuck up thing, we pulling up, don't give no fuck about your aunt house. Her old ass know what's up, because I don't feel that. Don't try to overcharge me to be on a fucking show and you charging people pennies and crumbs and peanuts to go on there that don't even know how to fucking rap. But anyway, so just saying that online. I don't give a fuck if y'all don't like me, so what? But yeah, so I think the inspiration with me, just especially this year, 2022. Exactly. 2022, I think the inspiration for me to continue to drop is just as far as I want to go. I think I get in my own way sometimes and I overthink my content, I overthink shit. But if I really just follow my heart and, put out the content that I think is more suitable for me and who I am as an artist, I think it'll work out in my favor, because everybody got their own audience and everybody got their own crowd, and that's okay. Some people fuck with me, some people they don't. Some people think I'm cold, some people think I don't. I'm not. And you know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is. I can't change nobody's mind about me. All I can do is do me, for real. So I think my story is my story was already written for me. I just gotta tell it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna continue to try to do that in 2022.
This the start.
Yeah, for sure. I just gotta tell it.
Damn, you the first interview of 2022. For
let's
GP.
get it. I'm the first of the zodiac sign too. We run shit. You know what I mean?
Hold on, you gotta get the door for be visit. This nigga walked out, y'all.
I'm screaming. Hold on.
Live out the podcast, y'all. Walked out. It locked itself out the door.
Yeah. And it's just some advice that I got for the younger people coming up under me. Mm-hmm. Is have some faith in your reality. You know what I mean? And I do a lot of talking about spiritual stuff. A lot of people that follow me or know me know that I've been on a spiritual journey for like the last 2 years now. And I've seen what the power of manifestation does when you believe in a reality. Just say, for instance, you believe one day you're going to be a millionaire. Or you say one day that you're going to be a millionaire, or you want to quote unquote manifest you being a millionaire one day. You have to see yourself in that position already. You have to see yourself as a millionaire already, and you have to believe in the reality of you becoming a millionaire. They're like fear and faith don't run together. They can't run together. So you gotta be able to, like, if you think you're a millionaire, you gotta stand on that. Like, seriously, like, and it's shunned upon. Exactly. And it's shunned upon in our generation and in our culture to like speaking things into existence in our culture is shunned upon because it's in a sense of faking it till you make it, or like whatever people try to claim it to be. Like, oh, you ain't really living like that, or you ain't really got that, or I seen you in real life, you ain't like that for real in real life. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of these people is just manifesting that. You know what I'm saying? That's their reality in their head, and that's where they trying to get to. So now later years down the line, they are who they are, and you still stuck in the same. They didn't surpass you all because they was living in their reality, and you was living for what other people thought about you and what other people had to say about you. And it's just like
trying to keep up,
you're trying to keep up,
stuck
exactly.
where the fuck you at.
Exactly. So, is anybody coming up or anybody that just just need any type of advice, rather you up and coming or rather you are already in the works, you know what I'm saying? Just you gotta believe in the reality of where you're trying to be in life. You gotta believe in that. If you think you're going to be the greatest rapper of all time, you got to already walk, talk, eat, sleep shit like you the greatest rapper of all time. So when I pop my shit, don't excuse me because I'm not excusing myself. Excuse me? Don't excuse me. Yeah, I said what the fuck I said. I'm great.
So what you got? So what can people expect from you coming up next?
Oh, coming up next. Wow. You guys, I think y'all going to love this one. Than what I got coming up next. And this is another thing that's shown upon too. You not sharing your big news. You supposed to share your big news. That's a part of manifestation. Mm-hmm. And if it's your reality, nobody else can tarnish it. Nobody else can ruin it. Facts. They say like, oh, don't talk about it because there's people out there that's not happy for you. If it's your reality, there's nothing about nobody else.
Why would you care about somebody who don't give a fuck about you?
If it's your reality, nothing nobody else feels about it. They can't do shit about it if that's what you truly believe in. If you feel like somebody can fuck up your plans or fuck up what you got going on, even if it's not in motion yet, that means you don't have no faith in your reality. That's just facts. So I am doing a honeymoon to breakup project, based on Lisa Ray and Andre, and. Yeah, I'm talking about.
You talking about her old husband?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's hard.
So I'm doing a honeymoon project for that. That's what I'm releasing. And it's just gonna be like, oh, lovey-dovey, da-da-da, and to the point where shit start getting a little iffy, then to shit start getting wicked, and then to get to the point where, yeah, nigga, I bust the windows out of your car and burnt down your motherfucking house.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah. That's what I'm putting out there. I'm in the works of doing that right now. I'm being very delicate with it because I'm doing the beat selection. Everything has to be important. Everything has to be nostalgic. Everything has to be in remembrance of and tributed to Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
One of the most slept on women lyricists.
One of the most slept on, artistic, intelligent, immaculate, hard out.
She actually has some music.
Time.
She got some music coming soon.
I love her.
She got some. I was on Clubhouse and her people's on there, and she has an album that was on Death Row. And the dude, he said he owned like a nice little bit, a couple songs. So he gonna get them done. He's getting a couple people on it. And it should be dropping this year. I think he said this year.
Aaliyah album is about to drop this month, like near her birthday, and rumor has it that Chris Brown is on there, Drake is on there, Future is on there, and The Weeknd is on there. But only thing I don't like about that is where they flopped at is not having no women on there. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't think
like,
if she was alive, it would be
like, come on now.
Features like on there.
Yeah, that too. Like we could have did without a motherfucking Aaliyah and Future feature song. Like I can't even accumulate what that even would sound like. But I mean, shout out to Future.
He might though, because he didn't put some shit like I never thought I'd hear him and Rihanna do it. Yeah.
He gonna sing a little tune or whatever. But it's just like,
if you hear Aaliyah live,
but
shit,
it's like a revolutionary. It's like
if Timberland and Missy has nothing to do with it, I'm not listening.
Man, and me and my best friend was just having this conversation earlier. He like, I think we should just focus on the music, and I think we should I'm like, you with this generation being realistic, I don't think that's gonna be a thing. Like, you just focus on the music. We live in different times now to the point where people is picking shit apart.
Yeah, they tarnish legends.
Exactly, and they gonna be like, oh, Aaliyah shit was mid. No, nothing of Aaliyah shit will ever be mid. What they added to Aaliyah was mid. The fuck?
Because
you know what I mean?
I always say, because people are like, why is she a great? Why y'all think she
great? She was the first person to ever switch their sound. She's the first person.
Yeah, just like that, because you got to think, like I'm saying, R. Kelly gave her, that first album was classic, but it was tarnished for what he did.
Yeah.
But if we just take all that out, that album was classic.
She changed her whole look,
so she
style, everything after him.
And then she went and got with Missy and Genuine them and rest his soul. What's the dude that wrote Lollipop?
Static. Well,
Static.
yeah.
And him, he got with all them, Devontae Swing and all of them, and they put all that together. Man, come on, man.
Yeah, they
that
took her
One
to
in a
another
Million
place.
album was crazy.
They took her to another place. I was just telling somebody that we need a resolution. We need a resolution.
Yeah.
That shit was
and
crazy.
And she didn't get to. She died right before it was just about to go back up. Like, because I can imagine her when Come Over was out.
Oh my
Back in One Piece
God.
out. Like, she never got to get her.
She
got it, but it was like, damn, she never got into that where, all right, she got this whole stadium just singing and shit.
Yeah,
she never
that's
got
what I told.
Beyonce
That's what I was
right
talking to
there.
my best friend about earlier. I'm like, she would be big ass or bigger than Beyonce right now. Literally,
Yeah,
right
she
now.
would. She would.
That shit's
She would
crazy.
be. She would be. I'm gonna knock on one leg. I'm gonna go off. She would be Monica.
Yeah.
But bigger.
Yeah.
But Monica's big. Like
Yeah.
Monica, this is why Monica is great to me, because she stuck to herself. She didn't.
No, Monica is the most authentic R&B artist that there is. Her and Keisha Cole, but it's a difference between, just like it is in rap, it's a difference between being likable and unlikable.
Yeah.
A lot of people like literally don't like Keisha Cole, but people fuck with Mo.
But you know
like,
what it
she
is
real,
with
she
Keisha?
real.
Motherfucker gonna appreciate Keisha till down the line when you go on that 95.7. You hear that? I remember when my heart. Keisha.
But it's like that, just like it is in rap.
But
like
Monica had to earn that too.
And she did.
Mary earned that. A lot of people earned that.
A lot of people earn that, but earn people
and
respect.
R&B
But they
lasts longer than rap.
It lasts way longer. That's why I want to make sure this next project it has, like, just even down to the beat selection is just so nostalgic to the point where it's just like, nigga, I'm gonna spend that next year and the year after that and the year after that and the year after that. So I don't have no rush on putting it out, but it is coming out this year. So I'm gonna keep dropping some little singles and shit. But that's why I wanted to hurry up and get me and Baby J song out the way.
Shout out to Baby J.
Yeah, shout out to Baby J. She hard. I wanted to get our song out the way because I was kind of talking a little gangster in there, like bitch, shut the fuck up, like, you know what I mean. But I'm not coming with that energy with my project, so I want to get all that tough girl shit out the way because I'm really gonna be super vulnerable.
You gotta give us a little bit of that.
I'm gonna give her, I'm gonna give you
that's
some.
Why we listen to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But that's why I'm going with Lisa Left Eye Lopez, because nigga, I'm smart.
She'll burn your house down, but we still love her after she burnt that nigga house down.
I was about to say, I love you to death, baby. I love you to death. I'm going to give you a chance. I'll give you a chance here, a chance there. I'm going to flaunt you. We going to do this. We going to be in our honeymoon stage. And then it's going to get to a point where you got me fucked up and I'm going to express that. And then we going to get all the way down to the point where I burnt your motherfucking house down. So it's going to be some little in there. Like, you know what I mean? But I just want to make sure just with beat selection and just frequencies and just everything just now in this day and age where I think that's what why people are so treat music like a throwaway these days, or treat music like just a whatever thing these days, is because the frequencies is even different than they is from now when they was back in the 90s. Like, they don't even make music the same, like, to the ear, just to the ear, to the soul.
You hear,
no more.
you be like, man, I was
I was this years old. I was at this place. I was doing this. I remember this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's not giving that.
And I ain't knocking on new artists and none of that. But, man, listen. Our upcoming artists, if you are listening to this, listen carefully, man. Take your time, man. Mm-hmm. Take your time, because I'm going to use a Toledo person.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use this as a clip. I'm going to use a Toledo person who have not dropped an album in a couple years.
Yeah.
Obama.
Yeah.
Can play his first CD.
Yeah.
And it's better than a lot of these niggas' new shit.
Yeah, for sure.
First, second, and third is better. And he ain't dropped, and we don't know when he gonna drop again. And I shout out to JL. Me and JL about to do something together.
Yeah.
But for instance, man, drop, man, put your effort and and some people like, well, he got features. No, he ain't even about the features. It's about the efforts and the thoughts when he wrote them songs. You know what I'm saying? Because I can play Pill Stuffer, and that was years ago, and they still go crazy.
Yeah.
I say it again. I say this. You can play I'm So Fly. Was that 15 years ago? Uh-huh. Still go crazy. Country, look at me. Still go crazy. Uh-huh. So I tell to the new artists, man, back in the day, we used to have to get flyers and CDs pressed up, hit cars. take that flyer and CD press hustle and apply it to this new age music and mix it in, and you're going to get it in because it's in front of you from a push of a button.
Yeah.
So put that effort into your music, young niggas, if y'all listening, man.
Yeah, for sure. And women, well, everybody right now, take control of the digital world, everything, and go against them algorithms. Because they trying to, because now they know that we trying to promote stuff and trying to potentially make money from these platforms. So they trying to make it a little harder for us to get that audience that we really need.
I think it's gonna come back to them days where we record our shit, gonna have to hand it out on our own.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna get down to that because they
making
making
go back to where
it too
we're
hard
to
to
the
beat
stores
them.
and do business.
Exactly. They making it too hard to beat them algorithms online on every platform, from TikTok to Instagram to Facebook to Twitter. Like, you know, they making it hard. They only giving it to such as like a certain audience. So learn them times where you supposed to drop. Learn them times. Learn your niche. Whatever your niche is, what is your audience used to hearing from you or used to seeing from you? Find your niche so it can get to that audience and then potentially get to other audiences. Times are very critical. Like, literally, the best time to post on TikTok is 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the afternoon, 10:30 at night. Algorithm, or do one reel a day, 3 TikToks a day. Just consistently, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get into that now. I'm probably about to go home and do some damn TikToks because 10 was past
I just
that.
got into the TikTok world, man.
Yeah.
I just got into, they got me
It's
on
easy
fucking,
as hell to go viral on there.
they got me on TikTok eating a fucking hot dog, man, which they call it glizzy.
Glizzy.
I was at my son game, man. I was hungry, man.
That's
and
crazy.
they got the motherfucking thing to my leg. Gary, you nigga glizzy. I think this a bit, because I always get everybody with the goddamn joke, man. And,
I'm screaming.
And I done got hit with the motherfucker. They did this shit about to go on for about a week or two, man. I came with this shit over with. I said, fuck, I done got caught up in the TikTok world.
I'm right. But yeah, I got some shit coming this year. You know, I'm about to do a photo shoot to get, you know, more images of me out there. I'm about to shoot a video to a single that I'm about to drop called Kimmy. It's about domestic violence. It's really, really good. I love that song. It's very vulnerable, emotional song. And, you know, I'm putting a lot of clips in there of people that we lost to the hands of these coward-ass niggas. Yeah. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm about to get ready to shoot that. I got video shoot coming out. This year, not gonna hold you, kind of minimizing the features. Cause last year I got so many songs that I'm just sitting on.
Everybody looking at me yawning. It's late as fuck, y'all.
Yeah. I have so many songs that I've been turning this whole way the whole time. They probably ain't seen a face of me.
It's hard to do it because, damn, you looking outside downtown. So
exactly.
we downtown, y'all, so it's hard.
My bad. I just been the whole time. Y'all probably didn't even see
No,
me.
it's cool because when I had Nigel up here, she was just, I'm like, Nigel, just looking at the fucking phone.
Weak.
But you can't tell on camera, though. You can tell.
Yeah, so I got some stuff coming this year, but like I said, features I'm just kind of holding off on because I have so many songs that I'm just sitting on that's featuring other people that I'm on songs with that's hard as hell, and I hate sitting on songs. I'm like, damn, nigga, that shit was hard. Y'all just savoring my shit. But and then not really knowing what the person want to do with the record, and it's like I hate shit not being in my control in my hands when it comes to my art and my craft. So I'm minimizing that this year, but y'all should be expecting some nice stuff from me this year, and I'm just, you know, just kind of staying out the way, staying in my bag a little bit more this year, because I kind of was out the way last year too, because I never was in town like at all. I just start coming back outside like September of last year because I started bartending, but yeah, I was gone most of the year, but yeah, so just be expecting that.
So I usually do 3 things, and you tell me.
Okay.
But I want to switch it for you.
All right.
I want you to give me some off the top acapella.
Acapella? Okay.
Or keep the I don't know if I can turn. I don't know how to put
I'm good though. I could do acapella. That ain't no time.
So, you know, if
hope
that's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't got to be the whole thing. It can be something. I just want to hear you spit. I just love the way you just rap. I love it.
Okay. Let me see what I got. Okay, I think this one.
I told Renegade we about to do this shit like this, man. When you come on this motherfucker, you gotta spit.
Okay,
So here you go.
Yeah.
What you got?
Y'all hear me? Yeah. A bitch won't war with me, she better finish that. Just know I never die, I got 9 lives like a kitty cat. Never know my tea cause I'm Hennessy, take a sip of that. Hope it get you split if that line is sit on the people's back. 10 toes down, man, I'm never needing a piggy back. Like a Richard Mill, my time expensive, gotta give me that. My competition, who? I can rap about my coochie too. Put the pussy on them, had them hollering out like Hootie Who. Fucking with the plug, he got more gas than the booty do. Known him for a week, now I'm the missus, baby, who is you? See, that was cool, but I ain't into that. Stupid, I'm in it so I can fucking snap. I was just a jit, I was sitting, listening to battle rap. Prepared to hit my name, I got more bombs than Baghdad. From what I hear, nobody's giving me a reason. Here go the recipe, you still don't got the season. Or to Puerto Rico, that envy come with a reason. I write you a rap to beat me and we can just call it even. Bar baby, bitch. The bar baby, bitch. Yeah.
Renegade. And we out. The episode is gonna be epic, man. My Truth Podcast. We see y'all next episode.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram. I am Renegade Raven. Follow me on Twitter. I'm Renegade Raven. Follow me on TikTok. Renegade Raven 20. Let's get it. Turn me up one time.
We out.